SoundPeats Air 4, SoundPeats Air 4 Lite, SoundPeats Air Pro. Today we're breaking down all of the differences between these three pairs of headphones. These have all been some of SoundPeats' newest and best releases recently, and they pack a ton of value at their given price point. That said, I think that there's one pair of headphones in this lineup that you should skip, and I'm going to tell you guys why I don't really use any of these headphones right now. And if you guys want to see their dedicated reviews, I'll have links in the cards up here as well as the description to where you guys can go ahead and watch their dedicated reviews if you want to see the full in-depth review of each of these pairs of headphones. Now real quick, I just want to get something out of the way. All of the SoundPeats Air 4 headphones, they all utilize essentially the same design. All of them have the same injection molded plastic for the stick part of it, and the difference between the Air 4 and the Air 4 Pro line is that it's basically the same. We have the same air vents on them, we have the same shape, and we have the same materials. So SoundPeats is essentially recycling some of the design of part of these headphones to decrease manufacturing costs. That means that they can get a better product out to you guys. With that out of the way, these headphones have a lot of things in common. We're gonna touch on that first. We're gonna then touch on some of the differences, finish up with a mic test, and then my impressions. All of these headphones have Bluetooth 5.3, which is the newest audio codec. Okay, next up, they all have multi-point, but when they are using multi-point, you only have the SBC audio codec. That is the same across all of these headphones. They all have 6 microphones for better call quality, and like I said, we'll touch on call quality towards the end of this video. Next up, they all feature the SoundPeats app so that you can tune each of these headphones to your desired preference. They all have the same identical controls, and I like the SoundPeats control. The only thing that you forfeit is the rewind control in favor of a gaming mode, and they all have a gaming mode. They all charge over USB-C. They all have a smart case where the case opens up and they begin pairing with your selected device. Now, we got to talk a little bit about the differences among these headphones because these differences are more than just the design. Now, obviously the Air 4 and the Air 4 Lite both are going to feature the partial in-ear, or kind of what we now know as the AirPods style design. This design does not have any kind of silicone tip. It just fits in your ear next to your ear canal. And now I don't know which of these headphones goes with which. Oh no. The Air 4 Pro, on the other hand, they are the same on the outside, but the inside has a part that goes inside of your ear, okay? Another difference with them is that the Air 4 and the Air 4 Pro both have Snapdragon sound with the newest Qualcomm chipset so that you get the Snapdragon sound along with Snapdragon voice if your device supports it. The only devices that will support this are going to be devices from Xiaomi, BBK or Oppo, Motorola. Without those, you're just gonna get the regular aptX. You're not gonna get the adaptive aptX, you're not gonna get the aptX HD, you're just gonna get regular aptX. And that's how I was using all of these devices on my Pixel 8 Pro. The Air 4 Lite, on the other hand, well, these are going to have LDAC. And the LDAC, in my opinion, is much more versatile because you're going to be able to use that LDAC with a variety of different devices from a variety of different manufacturers, and you're going to get that higher quality audio no matter what device you use, minus Apple, because Apple doesn't give you LDAC. Next up, another difference is that the Air 4 Pro are going to have the auto play pause when you take them in and out of your ear, just like the older SoundPeats Air 3 Deluxe and Air 3 Deluxe HS did. I don't know why SoundPeats took them out. I'm really bummed by it. Next up, we got to talk about some of the tuning and overall sound quality. Now, before we do that, I have to touch on the ANC. The ANC with the Air 4 normal is absolutely pointless. It just cuts down on your battery life, and there's no reason to use active noise canceling unless there's a seal. That said, the ANC on the Air 4 Pro is actually quite decent, and it seems like the tuning for it is the same, but the Air 4 Pro with their sealed design obviously deliver a better active noise canceling kind of experience. Another difference is the battery life, okay? The Air 4 and the Air 4 Pro are going to have the same, I want to say 4 to 4.5 hours of battery life with active noise canceling on and aptX. The Air 4 Lite are going to also have 4-ish hours if you're using them with LDAC. That's just because LDAC is a more bloated, bigger codec, so you're sacrificing some battery life for that higher quality audio transmission apparently. In regards to sound and overall sound quality, it's going to be really difficult to compare these, but I can tell you that I was really disappointed by the performance of the Air 4 in regards to comparing them to the Air 3 Deluxe and Air 3 Deluxe HS, which have a larger 14.3 millimeter driver. I found the bass on them to be okay with active noise canceling on. With active noise canceling off, I didn't find them to be that impressive and definitely not better than the headphones that they were replacing. I've heard some reviewers say that they make great bass. Maybe with ANC on and a custom tune, these things are going to sound better than the previous generation. But overall, I find that they are not an upgrade when compared to the Air 3 Deluxe or the Air 3 Deluxe HS. The Air 4 Lite, ironically, sound identical to the Air 4 with ANC off. So if you're looking for the best overall sound quality of these, okay, I would actually skip both the Air 4 and the Air 4 Lite. And if you're gonna get the Air 4, you might as well just get the Air 4 Lite because at their price point, they do sound pretty good. You can tweak them and they will sound better. But I don't advise paying the extra money for the Snapdragon sound, especially if it's not compatible with your device, and especially because the ANC is just worse on battery life in general. If you want to get a great pair of headphones with good ANC, very decent sound, and that Snapdragon sound, the Air 4 Pro are definitely much better. I would say that the Air 4 Pro are not as good as the Engine 4, because I think the Engine 4 are some of SoundPeats' best sounding headphones to this point. But I would say that the SoundPeats Air 4 are a very, very competitive pair of headphones at their price point. You get the Snapdragon sound if your device is compatible. You get very decent ANC. And let's go ahead and give you guys a mic test for all of these headphones right now.
Now you're hearing me on the SoundPeats Air 4 Lite with some simulated background noise, some people talking. Think like a moderate to quiet cafe. Now you're hearing me on the SoundPeats Air 4 with some simulated background noise, some people talking. Think a moderate to quiet cafe. Hey, now you're hearing me on the SoundPeats Air 4 Pro. These things just got a firmware update when it came time for me to record this video, so I updated them. And you're hearing me with some simulated background noise. Think a moderate to quiet cafe. Tell me how I sound.
I have found that the mic quality on them to be slightly better in some ways than the Air 3 and Air 3 Deluxe, and I did a comparison between those two. I'll have a link for that. But in general, if you're in a loud environment, they do a decent job at cutting out the background noise. But in a quieter environment, I found that it makes your voice sound somewhat robotic. That said, what would you guys pick? And if you guys do pick one, make sure you pick it up in the links in the description down below because it goes a long way to supporting my channel. And until next time, it's been Mitchell. Peace.